Working at heights can be exciting, but it can also be dangerous. To stay safe, you need to be aware of your surroundings, use the right protective equipment, and stay in communication with your coworkers. The incident you are about to see actually happened and resulted in the death of a longshore worker. After unlocking a tier of containers to be discharged, a top man walked toward the personnel basket. He was 4 containers high above the deck of the ship. As he began to enter the basket, it started to move. The crane operator had started trolleying the basket toward shore, not realizing that the top man was trying to enter it. The top man did not have a good grasp on the cage and fell from the edge of the container. He hit the crossbeam of the crane, then fell to the concrete deck below. How did this happen? The top man did not make eye contact with the crane operator before he tried to access the personnel basket. He just assumed the crane operator knew where he was. Assuming that someone else sees you can be a deadly mistake. Unfortunately, the top man also did not activate the manual cutoff switch on the spreader, which would have disabled the crane and kept the operator from moving the basket before the top man was safely inside. The crane operator made a critical error when he didn't keep a constant lookout for his top man. Making sure the top man was safe and accounted for should have been his first priority. He never should have moved the spreader until he had eye contact with the top man. One of the facts of life when working on a terminal is that everyone relies on each other when it comes to preventing injuries. This means that every single person has to do his or her part to make sure everyone goes home safe. If you are a top man, you should maintain eye contact with the crane operator. Don't assume that he knows where you are. Take measures to prevent falls. Most ports use personnel baskets on the gantry spreaders. However, some ports use cages suspended below the spreader bar. Still other ports use fall arrest devices that work independently of the spreader bar. If your port uses a spreader bar that is equipped with a manual cutoff switch, use it. Activating this cutoff will prevent the spreader and cage from moving before you are ready. In all other cases, take the proper measures to prevent falls. Personal fall protection must be used whenever you are working within 3 feet of an unprotected edge of a work surface that is 8 feet or more above the adjoining surface and 12 inches or more horizontally from the adjacent surface. Before using personal fall protection, inspect it to make sure it is in proper working order. Don't use defective equipment. Even a tiny tear in a lanyard can cause the equipment to fail when you need it most. Keep in mind that there are some situations when working below deck or with general cargo where other protective measures, such as nets, are required. All safety nets should be kept in good condition and should be the right strength to protect workers as intended. When workers are being transported to the ship with the help of a crane, they put their trust in the crane operator. If you operate a crane, take this responsibility very seriously. Keep track of every person you lift to the ship. If you can't see someone, do not move the spreader. Only move the crane when you have eye contact with the top man. This top man and crane operator are no different from you. Always stay alert on the terminal and do your part to keep you and your coworkers safe. Scan your environment for hazards, then focus on the task at hand. If you are a top man, maintain eye contact with the crane operator and use fall protection when appropriate. If you are a crane operator, make sure you keep track of all workers you lift to the ship and maintain eye contact with the top man. Don't let a tragedy like this one happen to you.